Greetings. Let's talk. Something really cool happened the other week, and I feel like it's a really good time to talk about. Part of it is discussion of awards, a type of award I haven't discussed before. And also, I want to kind of dovetail that back into a conversation we have had before regarding awards and prestige and rank. So, first of all, you'll notice I'm wearing my mantlet. I'm wearing my Iris of Merit. I don't know if this is considered a garter or a ribbon or what. I don't know what the official clothing term is. But this is my Iris of Merit, which is a grant level award for arts and sciences in Osteora. And this garter, which ties around my elbow, is my Star of Merit, which is our grant level award for service. These are either one of these, and they don't stack, so I can also say both, outranks anything on my mantlet. I have, let's see, Thistle, Crane, Thistle, Talon, Thistle, and it's my Castle Creed, which is non-armigerous. Yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff here. All of these are either armigerous or non-armigerous awards, which means, on the scale of we have peerage, then we have grant level, then we have armigerous, then we have non-armigerous. They are the bottom two tiers on that four-rung ladder we've talked about in other videos. Which means, in terms of rank, armigerity. If I were to get another armigerous award, which I've gotten several since I got either of these, that doesn't advance my rank in the least. But now comes the question of prestige. What is prestige? Prestige is the emotional weight behind an award. Something can be prestigious without conveying rank. One of the most prestigious awards in Osteora, arguably one of the most prestigious, is the Lion, which is a non-armigerous award. It carries absolutely no rank. The Lion doesn't move you up the ladder, the rank ladder, one rung. But it is arguably one of the most sought-after awards in Osteora. Those same metrics exist at the baronial level. Baronies are allowed to create service awards for their members, which are handed out by the Baron and Baroness. And this is a deliberate mirroring of the metrics that the Crown uses. Part of the Crown's job is to recognize good conduct and good service within its kingdom. That's the metric by which, it's the merits by which ranks are given out from an SCA crown. The barons and baronesses of the SCA, the nobles who oversee, the landed nobles who oversee lands in the name of the crown, have that same power locally to recognize their people. Now, a barony can create as many non-armigerous awards as it likes. My home group, Bees and Foyer, has several non-armigerous awards. This is, and the reason why they're allowed to do as many as they want is that a non-armigerous award conveys no rank at all. It doesn't have any effect on your precedence. If you receive an award, a non-armigerous award, whether from the Barony of the Kingdom or whatever, it doesn't mean anything in terms of rank. It doesn't advance your station one step. However, some of those awards can have, and usually do have, immense personal meaning, and they can be very prestigious. One of Osteora's most prestigious awards is non-armigerous. The Lion of Osteora has no rank, but is arguably one of the most prestigious awards offered by the King of Osteora. The barons and baronesses are allowed to establish one armigerous award at the baronial level that they give out. But because that award has rank to it, it must also be undersigned by the Crown of Osteora. It's the only type of award that has that requirement of both nobility signature and royalty signature on it. And each barony is allowed, now they don't have to, a barony is not required to establish baronial service awards in any way, shape, or form. Most baronies, all the ones I know of, do. And Wiesenfeuer has they have several non-ambiguous awards. I hold the Flint and Steel, which is our General Service Award. It's non-ambiguous. I received it back in 2020. Much to my surprise, it was a great honor to receive it. And this past weekend, I was called into court to receive my Lantinarius, which I've just added to the mantlets. So those of you who are keen-eyed will look and notice that my awards mantlet has changed configuration since I last stood in front of the camera. Now, what does the Lantinarius say? Lantinarius is, in the words of the awards constitution, is an award given out for extraordinary service to the barony beyond that expected of an individual member. It's above and beyond. That is the verbiage of the award charter. It's of the award constitution itself, and it is selected in a manner that is mirrors our other polled orders. The presiding figure, in this case the nobles, call together all the existing orders or members of the Order of the Lantinarius who can make it, and they will come to a meeting, and they will discuss candidates, and there will be a polling about those candidates, and that polling is then given to the nobility as advisory. And then the nobility can take that advisory and decide whether or not to give that award, and they'll do that whenever they see fit, but it has to be at a court that has been scheduled in advance, almost always at an event. A award like that, okay, it's another AOA level award. Again, rank doesn't do anything. But when you look at the criteria that are laid out, and you look at the people who have received this award, at an emotional level, this award carries significantly more weight. This award, I felt getting this award at a level much more profound than I did my Iris or even my Star. And that's not to say I was not profoundly moved when I received either of these. It is to say that just because this does not have rank, this does not have advanced rank, does not mean it does not have tremendous emotional weight and tremendous prestige associated with it. And this is a really good example of something that baronies have that I have not talked about and a lot of people don't know about. And that is, your barony has its own awards, and they exist within the greater kingdom ecosystem, but only your barony can give them out. You don't have to live in Wiesenfeuer to get a Flint and Steel. I know several people who live in other groups, have never lived in Wiesenfeuer, who have done good work for Wiesenfeuer, and who have received Flint and Steels. It was my honor to read one of their scrolls in court one time. It was a very good friend of mine from Moonshadow, and she was being named for a Flint and Steel for her support of the barony, and I asked to read her scroll. I absolutely was honored to read that scroll. Does the Flint and Steel convey any rank? No. Was she gobsmacked, or were we both in tears when I was done reading the scroll? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, because it has that type of emotional weight. And the exact same thing is true with the Lantinarius. There's nothing in the Constitution for the Lantinarius that mandates that someone has to be a resident of Wiesenfeuer to receive a Lantinarius. But it does say very clearly, service to the barony above and beyond that expected, an exceptional service to the barony above that expected. So the Lantinarius just doesn't matter what rank it has. They chose to make it the Armigerous Award. But when I look at the people who are part of the Order of the Lantinarius Wiesenfeuer, I'm looking at people who have done years of service, hard service, good service, I am standing in august company. Rank, again, it's ambiguous. Doesn't mean a thing on the OP. In terms of emotional depth, in terms of, oh my god, I'm part of the Cool Kids Club now. Yeah, this rocked me when I got it. When they named me, calling me in the court to get it, I about fell out of my chair. And if you live in a barony, or if you live in a group that is adjacent to a barony, has a relationship with a barony, maybe you don't know about their awards. Maybe you don't know about, the history of the awards and what they mean. Now's a good time to go find out. Start on the website. Most baronies have them listed on the websites. You can also look if they have an awards constitution. That literally is the rules the barony has set up for what the awards look like, when they are given, how they are given, who can give them, blah, 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 blah. If you have any questions about them, look on the group's OP, Order of Precedence. There should be one at least for their awards. And see who's received the awards and talk to some of those members. Say, hey, what's this award for? How does this work? This is a wonderful opportunity. If you don't already know all this is a wonderful opportunity to go learn. And trust me, the vast majority of people who've gotten Baronial Service Awards, even the more common ones, I don't want to say the lesser ones because they're not lesser, the more common ones, everyone I know who's got one of these is happy to spend 10 minutes raving about how awesome the group is that gave them this award. That's part of the culture is talking about how cool it was getting this recognition from this group. So go, if you don't know about your group's Baronial Service Awards, or if you don't know if they have any, if you're not sure, go ask, go poke around, talk to your herald, talk to your seneschal, talk to your nobles. Lacking all that, if there's a peer in the group, go start with them. They either know or will know who to go find. But yeah, this is a phenomenal opportunity because depending on how your awards are organized, maybe they're set up as orders that are polled, maybe they are simply given out at the discretion of the nobles, whatever. You can put in recommendations for those, just like you put in recommendations for crown awards. You can put in recommendations for these. You can also, even if it's a polled order, let's go back to the basics. You can recommend someone. You can put in an award recommendation for a peerage. It's still got to go through the process of a polling and being brought up. But you absolutely can recommend someone for a peerage. That is absolutely allowed. It is part of the award recommendation form here in Unsteer. And if there's some polled order, armigerous or non-armigerous, you can have a non-armigerous polled order. And there's several kingdoms that have them. If there's a order or award in your group, you can put in a recommendation for that. Find out what it's all about. Find out what the awards are and what they do, and see if any of your friends have them. And if they don't, start comparing notes. Maybe it's time to put in that award recommendation. So that's what I have. That's something I'm very excited about. Something I'm very honored to receive this, or be made a member of this order, I should say. And I'm happy to share it with you because Baronial Service Awards are something that I don't talk a lot about. I should talk more about. So this is a good opportunity. Thank you very much for joining me. Until next time, I'll see you at the next event. Goodbye. God bless. If there are two things I've learned that drive videos these days, it's controversy and engagement. Now, I am never going to fly the controversy flag on a regular basis. It's not what I'm here for. It's not the content I want to make, and I really don't think it helps any of us. But let's do engagement. If you like this video, please go down in the comments and leave a comment. Make sure to share the video. And last but not least, easiest of all, make sure to like the video. That helps drive the algorithm. It helps get the video views and helps promote this material. Thank you very much.